or today, we're going to be doing our verbs. Okay, so really important. Using, being able to know how to, so we're in part 3, as we know, of the book, and we're doing verbs. So we're going to be using the present perfect. So this allows us to tell people an action that we are doing now, but it is, it's still continuing, because that's why it's called the present perfect. It started in the past and it's still continuing. Okay, so we'll look at the present perfect today and do a lot of exercises together. We will look at the past continuous verb as well, and start looking at these verb. How do we put, make a correct sentence, and especially with natural expressions. So what are we saying and how do we say it very fluently with natural expressions? Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, so you could see we're looking at verbs, which means our action words, right? So it's an action that we are doing, or someone, because we've got the subject. So maybe the subject is I, you, we, they, she, he, it. So who is doing this action? And you need to put the subject always goes first and then the verb. Now, this verb is called the present perfect. Tense just means what time are you talking? So we're talking in the present, but it's a present perfect. So the action happened in the past and is still continuing now. So for example, we have sentences like, I have been to Australia. Thank you. You always forget to do that. I have been to Australia. So subject is I, then we have to use the verb have. So we could see have is used for I, you, we, they. But if it is she, he, it, then we say has. And then we have the verb, but we have to put an ed. You remember your regular verbs where you put an ed to the action? So I have been to Australia. So this happened in the past and I'm still here now. If it's a negative, so same subjects, you just add the not, but we can attach the not to the verb have. So it becomes, I haven't finished. So for example, I haven't finished watching that movie. I haven't finished reading that book. He hasn't finished work. He's still at work. It's sentences like that. So the action is not yet completed. So if we want to make a question, as we know, we always start with the verb of the grammar that we're using. So because we're using the present perfect, which has have, we're going to start with the have. So have you finished work? If it's he, she, it, remember, has he finished his homework? To respond, we say, yes, I have. Okay, yes, you have. Or if it's a negative, no, we haven't. No, she has, or no, he hasn't. Okay, so all you need to know, remember, for he, she, it, you must say has. And yes, this is the present perfect. So we have the subject, has or have, and then the past participle. That means the verb with the ed. So remember, if they're regular, all you do is just add the ed to the infinite. The infinite means like to study, to arrive, to play, to visit. So let's practice just putting the verbs in the past participle. So we have arrive, it would become arrived. Play, played. Visit, visited. Stop, stopped. So you just add an ed, that makes it regular. It means it follows the rule. All the action words have an ed. But be careful because there are some irregular. Okay, I'll send you a list because it's a long list. You just got to learn them. They're on this page. I'll send it to you. So again, we use the present perfect to talk about the past with no time reference. That means we don't know when the action happened. So if I said, I have watched that movie, you don't know when I did it. I just have told you that I finished an action to talk about a past action. Or Elena has arrived. But if I want to compare it to the past simple, which is what we did in a lot of the past lessons, Elena arrived at 2 o'clock. So you could see that in the past simple, I have the time. But in the present perfect, which is what we're doing today, there is no time. It's just subject, the verb to have, and the past verb. Elena has arrived, the past simple. So if you look at this little picture, which I like, so Elena has arrived. So this is now. Now means the moment that we are talking, that we are giving information, telling someone something. And this is in the past. So Elena has arrived. I just don't know when, because you could see it just sometime in the past up until now. But in the past simple, so the past simple, I could see here that Elena arrived at 2 o'clock. So this X is 2 o'clock, and this is the moment that we're speaking. So we know it was 2 hours ago. She arrived at 2 o'clock. Okay, and now we don't know what time it could be now, but at least I can tell you what time in the past. So that's the difference between the present perfect and the past simple. The past simple tells you the time. Subject, past verb, time. Remember words like yesterday, last night, or you could say the time at 2 o'clock, or you could say the day on Monday. That's your past simple. We did all of this at the beginning of the classes because that's the first grammar that you learn, always your simple. And then you'll start learning the perfect grammar, where it gets a little bit harder. Elena has arrived, using the verb to have. So let's practice with some examples. Yes?
Two sentences with past simple.
The what sentence? This one is the past simple, yes? And the one above it is the past perfect. So you got two of them, we're comparing them. So just so you know, we do not use, so it says here, we do not use time words. Remember, time words or time expressions or phrases are like yesterday, last week, in the summer, on Monday. We don't use that with the present perfect. When we use the present perfect, the time is not important, or we do not know the time. So it's the same as, you know, when did you go there? We use the present perfect with the past participle, sometimes with been, especially when we use the verbs go. So I went to Paris last year, that's past simple, but listen to this sentence, I have been to Paris. So especially when we talk about a location or a city or a place, and I want to say that in the past, I went there. It's just I have been to Paris. So it allows me to say that this maybe is a continuing action. I might go there again. If I said I went to Paris, because you could see there's a time, it tells me exactly when. Remember, this is the past simple. It tells me exactly when I did the action.
I been to Paris. She don't stay in Paris now.
No, I have been to Paris, exactly. If she's still there now, she would say, I am in Paris. So this is, I went there in the past, but you don't know when. It's just showing that, it's just another way to say I went to Paris, but without saying the time. So it's just saying I have been to Paris. Usually we use been when we talk about our experiences. I have been to Paris. I have been to, hiking. I have been to, so it's just using it with a place. but not saying when we did the action. So again, if you look at this, she's gone to Canada. That means she is there now. She's been to Canada. She is not there now. Because if she's there now, she would say, she is in Canada at the moment, right? So we use ever as well in the question when we're asking about experiences. Like, have you ever been to Greece? Remember, these are when we're talking about places. Have you ever seen the Eiffel Tower? Have you ever gone hiking? Have you ever watched a horror film? So when I'm talking about an experience, I add ever, which means in your whole life. Have you ever done this? So we could see the verb to have. We could see it's the past perfect. It's got the been, and it's about a place or an experience.
Because she is been to Canada. It's present perfect.
She's been to Canada? Yeah, that's using the present perfect.
She's gone to Canada. It's present continuous.
It is also, no, it is also the present perfect because it has the verb to have. They're both present perfect.
This is
So present perfect, but one is just showing that she's not there anymore. Yeah,
and gone.
they're both present perfect, I would say. They're definitely both. This one and this one. They're both present perfect because I could see subject, has, and the past. But we just use these ways of speaking. We use these verbs gone and been when we speak about a place. That's what it's trying to tell us. These are the two most common verbs when we speak about a place. I have been, I have gone, when we talk about a place. But if you say gone, then it means she is there now. But she's not there now if you use the verb being. Okay, let's practice. So we'll practice together. I'll do the first two. So we have, I have worked very hard for this exam. So I'm still doing this action because I'm still preparing myself and working for the exam. So I, the verb to have, and then the past participle. Question, remember we start with the verb to have. Has Molly answered your letter? Because it's not a finish action.
The verb in answer is past.
The verb in the present perfect has to be in the past. Remember we looked at that in the beginning when I started? It must be in the past, but this is, be careful. Some verbs are regular and some verbs are irregular. These are the two that are irregular, gone and been. You can see because there's no ed. So gone comes from the verb go, and been comes from the verb to be someone. Okay, we'll start with Javiera for number 2.
She likes him, but she can't love never him.
But she has loved, but she has never loved him. Is that what you said? So she has, and then we've already got never there, and then love. So if you want to put never, you can see the structure that we put subject. We say the verb to have. Okay, so it depends if it's on the subject. And then you would put never, and then the past participle. So that's the rule, which we see in number 3. So you could see never. Yes, never. So she likes him now. That's your present simple, right? I'm just giving you some a fact about who she likes. She likes him, but she has never loved him.
Before never, it's only has.
Yes, the verb to have. Yep.
Why is not has never loved?
Yeah, has never
loved.
Yes, exactly. Good with the ed. Has never loved. That's a regular past verb. Okay, we have number 4. Sorry, what was your name? No.
Peter.
Oh, Peter, that's right. Sorry, because I have the name on my other laptop. So Peter, number 4.
You don't uh
You got to use the past participle. So have a look at the rule. Use the verb have and then the past participle.
You haven't
Yeah.
never
You haven't. And then what's the verb? You haven't tried very hard. So remember the general rule. I'll just write it again. We've got subject, the verb to have. Yep, have, has, and then the past participle. So here, yeah, you haven't tried. You haven't tried very hard. You can do better work than this. Okay, Javiera.
Why are the police here? What had it happened?
No, you don't need it. So what has happened? Remember the verb to have and then the past participle straight after it. What has happened? Yeah, it's a question with the W. Has happened. So you don't put it because you're using a what. What has happened? What has, unless you want to put the subject, what has she done? Where has he gone to? But this is a common phrase that we say, like, what has happened? No subject. Peter, number 6.
Number 6. My cousin are coming this weekend. They haven't stayed.
Yes, they haven't stayed with me before. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's
what participle.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's good. I heard you. You said they haven't stayed. Yeah. So again, the subject is they. Then we need to put the verb to have, but we need to make it a negative in this case. So they haven't. We just attach not to the verb to have, and then the past, stayed. It's a regular. It has the ed. 7.
She has finished university and has started working in them.
Yes. So remember with pronunciation. So she has finished university and has started working in London now. Now, when we have and, we don't need to repeat the subject. So you don't have to put the subject because it's the same subject. So whenever you have and you're attaching another action, you don't have to repeat the subject. So that was good. You said and has started working in London now. Number 8.
Number 8. Thank you for your
for everything.
Thank you for everything. You have helped me a lot.
Yes, you have helped. Subject, verb to have, past participle. This is called the present perfect. You have helped me a lot. So it could just be a finished, completed action recently, or maybe they are still helping you. So it's not a finished action. So that's why we said you have helped me, not you helped me a lot. Because I'm not saying you helped me a lot yesterday or you helped me a lot last night. I'm not talking about a past time. It happened in the past, but maybe it's still continuing. Now, question number 9.
Have you washed the dish?
The dishes. So have you washed the dishes? Yeah, the trick is do not pronounce the E. Have you washed? So you have to stop on the D very heavy. Washed. Or if it's played, you know, watched. Washed. So you have to really finish D very strong on the last letter. And imagine the E is silent. Washed.
Right.
Number 10.
I have explained
Yes.
everything to Doc,
Derek.
Derek, and I think he understands.
Yeah, understands. Perfect. I have explained everything to Derek. And I think he understands. Good. Okay, 11.
Please stay clean. Oliver has cooked
Yes.
a lovely meal.
Perfect. Oliver has cooked a lovely meal. 12.
Oh, it's nice to see you here, but why have
Negative, but why
haven't you visited me before?
Yeah, exactly. But why haven't you visited?
Haven't you visited me?
Yes, I see. Yes. That's good. So why haven't? Because we've got the you and then visited. Why haven't you visited me before? So it's a question starting with why. And then we need to make this a negative. Haven't. We attach not. Why haven't? Subject, you, and then the past participle. Okay, 13.
She has traveled a lot in her life.
Yes, she has traveled. And remember, we need to
Double L.
double the L because it's a verb that ends in an L. So to travel,
No double L is correct or not?
you have to put,
Huh?
you must put double L.
No double L is British English.
No.
Double L is American English.
Oh, okay. So sometimes you think, so in American traveled like this.
Oh, yes. This is correct.
I'm not.
I don't know.
No, it's not. We
not
have to put double L.
double L.
Yep, doesn't matter if it's British English or US English, you have to put double L.
Oh.
So it's the same rule for both English.
Hmm.
14. Javiera?
Oh.
No, Peter.
Oh, is it Peter? Oh, sorry.
We have often walked
Yes.
along this road.
Yes, we have often walked along this road. So you could see the action might still be happening. And it didn't say when. Remember, with the present perfect, we're not saying when we did this action. So yeah, we have often walked. So remember, if you look here, we're using, if you remember what these words are called, adverbs. They tell us how often. We have always, we have never, we have often, we have sometimes, we have occasionally, we have usually. So yeah, you can add an adverb with the present perfect. These are called adverbs. And it's the word often. Okay, 15.
Have you remembered to find your mother? Remember.
Yes, have you remembered to phone your mother? So it's a question. We know that we start with the verb to have. So the subject is you. So have you remembered to phone your mother? Putting an ED to our past participle. Okay, so let's complete. We're just doing this one, the past participle. So be is been, bring is brought. What would buy be?
Buy, bought.
Bought, brought. Yep, brought. Catch, not your past simple, because that would be catched. Have you caught? These are irregular. Have you caught? Like if you're throwing something, have you caught the ball or have you caught a cold? We use that when we talk about if you're sick. Have you caught the flu?
How to spell bought?
Brought?
Yeah.
Sorry, without the bought.
is the same or not same?
To bring is when like you bring something for someone, but to buy when you go to the markets and you purchase something, you buy something. Yeah. Okay, come, came. He has come over. Sorry, it will become. He has come over.
Come,
He has come. Yeah, but we're not doing the past simple. We just want to do the past participle. And do?
Done.
He has done. Yeah, he has done his homework. He has done the dishes. Drink.
Do. Done.
Yeah, he has
do
drunk.
is do does did.
I.
Sorry.
Do does did.
Do. Done.
Do does did.
Do. Does comes from, yeah, the question. If we say to someone, does, do or does, and then did is the past. So of this one, did.
Do did does.
So yes, did is the past here. You're saying do or does. That's if I'm putting it to the subject, he, she. But we're not talking about the subject. We're just looking at what the past would be. So done, drunk.
Drink, drunk, drunk.
He has drunken. Actually, it should be drunken. So you could see in the past, but simple, it's drunk, yes. But here, drunken. He has drunken so much alcohol.
Drunk.
Drunken. In the past participle with the verb to have.
It's
we have
drink, drank, drunk.
Yes.
The second with
drunken.
A. No, you. E. I. A. You.
Yes. Which one? The
Drink. I. You.
sorry, for which verb?
Drink.
Yes, drink,
Drink.
drunk.
Drunk.
Yep, drunken. With a U.
It's
I. E. E.
Yes.
A. U. I think it's drunk. D. A.
No. It sounds like an A. The U always has an A sound. Drunken. It's a U. Drunken.
past simple is drank. D-R-A-K. Past participle
Drank.
is
He has
drunk.
drunk. He has
Drunk.
drunk.
drank, drunk.
Drunken.
No,
Yes, here drunken. Is this what you mean? He has drunk.
It's no E-N.
It's he has drunk a lot of alcohol.
No. I remember
A-E-I-O-U.
I.
This is a U.
A.
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 Drunk.
Yeah.
He has drank.
Drink.
That's
drunk. Did you
yes. Which one did it say?
say? Drink, drank, drunk.
Yes. So A in this one. Yeah, he has drunk a lot of alcohol, and then drunken.
Not can, not E-N. Drink, drank, drunk.
He has drunken. He has drunk a lot of. Yeah, he has drunken. Okay, so no
Drink,
E-N.
drunk.
It says drunk. You're right. No E-N.
No E-N.
Okay, for the
Drink,
past
drank,
participle. Yes. Okay. He has drunk. Drunken. He has drunk. Yes, sorry, no E-N. He has drunk a lot of alcohol. He drank a lot of alcohol yesterday. Okay, drive. So we just want to do the past
Drive.
participle.
Drive.
I have driven.
Go, driven.
Driven. Find. I have found a new book. Forgot. I have forgotten. So I'm just going to do the past participle because we don't want to practice the past simple. We did that in past lessons. Okay, go. What does it become in the past participle?
Gone.
Gone. Yeah, we had that example when we talk about a place. I have gone to Europe before. I have gone somewhere. Have?
No.
Had. Is that what you said? Had? Leave. I have left my phone at home. Make. I have made. Yeah, see, that's why I thought drunk was drunken, because the en on some of them we put the en, but I have made a cake for you. He has drunken a lot of alcohol. I might come back to this one because I feel like we might sometimes actually say drunken. He has drunken a lot of alcohol, but that's why I might come back and have a look at that one. Because as a native speaker, sometimes we say
Drunken.
words that are just, they break the rule. I would leave it as just drunk for now, but yes. Okay, next one, meet. I have met. So this is pronounced met. I have met him before. So someone says, do you know Mario? Yes, I have met him. Read. I have read that book before. It has a different pronunciation to this. I read a book last night, because you remember the past simple, we say when. I read a book last night, but this is, yes, I have read that book before. See? Seen. I have seen that movie. Speak. I have spoken. This is where some of them have en. So you got to remember the past participle with the present perfect. That's when some of the verbs, as you can see, have the en. Driven, spoken. Only in the present perfect. Okay, then we have take. Taken. Teach. I have taught. Yeah, I've taught English before. Okay.
Past simple. Each past simple. Each taught.
Yes, taught.
Oh,
I taught
yes.
him yesterday, and I have taught many languages before, or many lessons before. Yep. So just have a look with your past simple and your past and your present perfect. The past, some of them are very different. So you could see some of them are very different, like this one to this one. This one, just one letter difference. Okay. Okay, so let's complete them. Maybe the past simple or maybe the present perfect. So you have to think. Remember, if it says the time, then it's a past simple. If it doesn't say the time, use the present perfect. So I'll do the first two. So Alison came to see me last night. They've opened a new clothes shop in town. Javiera, nobody
Dance at the party on
has danced.
Has done.
On Saturday. Sorry, yes, nobody danced. Good. So when you can see that there's a time, then it is the past simple. So make sure past simple here. Because it says the time on Saturday. So I didn't continue reading, but yes. Peter, it's a question.
That have you not past participle.
It is past, yeah, participle.
Past
Yeah.
participle.
Have you started your new job? Because it doesn't say when, didn't say, did you start your new job yesterday? It says, have you started your new job?
I don't say the time.
Yeah, exactly. There's no time. So there's no time. So it's the present perfect. Doesn't say when, the action. Doesn't ask yesterday, last night, last week.
I don't say the specific time.
Yes, exactly. So it's present perfect. No time, so present perfect.
Oh, no time present perfect.
Yes.
Have time is present
Simple.
simple.
Yes. Okay, 5. I
have read
negative. I haven't read.
the book.
Yeah, I haven't read this book. It's like you can add the word yet. That means I haven't read it yet. Okay, so I'm going to read it maybe sometime in the future. But for now, in this moment, I haven't read this book yet. You can say I haven't watched this movie yet. I haven't been to that place yet. I haven't done my homework yet. So yet is a common word that we can add. And yet, so as I said, you can add it. It's yet. I haven't read this book yet. Okay, question, Peter. These are the hard ones when they become the questions.
Uh, have you
Yeah, written. Have you written to your parents? Present perfect. 7.
Did you sleep?
Yes. Did you sleep well last night? So we could see that there's a time because it says last night. So we are using the past simple. Past simple questions in the past, did. For all subjects. Did you, did he, did she, did it, did we, did they. So did comes from the verb do, to do. Okay, and yes, past simple. And it says the time. We can see last night. Did you sleep well last night?
Teacher.
Yes. No, that's okay. Okay. Did you sleep well last night?
Why is it sleep?
Because with the past verb of did, it's did verb. That's the rule. So you don't change did plus verb. There's no ed, ing, nothing. Yeah. Or did subject verb. So that's the rule. Okay, number 8.
Oh no, that beautiful old plate. No specific time. It's
Has, because it has broken. Yeah, that beautiful old plate has broken. So maybe this action just happened a few minutes ago. It's a very recent past action. And it didn't say yesterday it broke or last week. It's just, oh no, that beautiful old plate has broken. Number 9.
I left the house early this morning.
Yes, so past simple because we've got the time. So I left the house early this morning. Past simple.
Teacher,
We have the time.
teacher, if the sentence is past simple,
Yes.
it's no have or no has.
No.
It's correct.
Yes, it doesn't have the verb to have. It just has subject, verb, past verb.
Or no have or have.
No, that's only in your present perfect.
Oh.
Okay, 10. We
stayed before specific time.
It's not really. We have stayed in this town before. This is another common word, just like yet. We use it with the present perfect. So we have stayed. We have stayed in this town before. So it's actually used with the present perfect. It's not a time specific.
Before, it's not specific time.
No, it's saying in the past, but we don't know when. It's not specifically when. Yesterday, last week. It's not exactly specific. It just says before, in the past. 11.
When did you hear the news?
Yeah, so when did you hear the news? So when we're asking with a time, with the word when, because we want to know exactly. So this one is the past simple. So you could see we don't use when with the present perfect. We only use when with the past simple. So when did you hear the news? Because I want to know exactly when. Was it 2 hours ago, last night, this morning? So because it's a question with a very specific time, it's the past simple. Okay, and 12? It
oh, it haven't,
hasn't.
it hasn't, rained.
Yeah,
No,
at
last
all.
week.
Last week. It hasn't rained at all last week. It didn't rain
Didn't rain.
would be better because it didn't rain at all last week. Yeah, it's a finished, completed action. It says exactly when. It didn't rain.
I don't know didn't or haven't or
Did
or
is used with the past simple. Okay, so you use did. Did with the past, have in the present. Okay, number 13. She, I.
Only my phone. So we can go out now.
I have done.
I have done.
Doesn't say when, so I have done my homework. So let's go out now. It just recently finished. Number 14. I. We need a negative, so I haven't.
number 14.
Yep.
It's I haven't I haven't learned. I haven't learned.
I wouldn't use haven't. Maybe I didn't. I didn't learn very much. Why do I know it was the past simple? Because I can see when I was at school. So it's exactly telling me when I'm talking about this action. And it's a negative. I didn't. It is the past simple. I didn't learn very much when I was at school. 15. Alice. And then make it a negative. Yeah, hasn't answered my letter. Perhaps she's busy. Good. Perhaps is like another word for maybe. So perhaps she's busy. Okay, let's rewrite these sentences. Maybe you need to put, let's have a look, a possessive or is or has. Sorry, this one I think is from the verb to be. So for example, I'll read the first two. She's gone to the shops. We just want to take off and separate them. She has gone to the shops. Number 2, he's very worried about his exams. He is very worried about his exams. So this one is the verb to be. This is the verb to have. So that's the difference between the two. We have to have and then the verb to be. Okay, so number 3, we'll go with Javiera.
I think Emily has a bit tired.
So I think Emily is a bit tired. So we use the verb to be when we talk about an emotive feeling, like I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit exhausted, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm devastated, I'm sad. We use the verb to be when we talk about an action, but it's like there's a feeling with the action. It's been a lovely holiday. How do we separate that? It has. Remember, been, we use it with the verb to have. So it has been a lovely holiday. Okay, that's the verb to have. We know because we use it, especially with this word been. It has been a lovely holiday. Number 5.
Joe has got a bad cold.
Yeah, Joe has got a bad cold. So in our past lessons, you would see we looked at have got or has got. So we know the subject is Joe, which he has got a bad cold. 6.
He is always angry,
Hungry.
hungry.
He is always hungry. Yep, the verb to be. And we've got an adverb there. He is always, remember, he is sometimes, he is never, he is usually. So he is always hungry. 7,
A new supermarket is open. No,
a new
has opened
supermarket has opened in town. Yeah, it didn't say when. Didn't tell me exactly when. So the present perfect. A new supermarket has opened in town. Number 8.
Oh, number 8. This museum is very interesting.
Yes. So the verb to be. This museum is.
The shop is open now.
The shop has, yes, is open because there's no ed. The shop is open now. Yep, that was a present simple.
Oh.
The shop is open now.
Teacher, I don't know number 7. Why it has?
Because there's no time. It didn't say when. So you remember you got subject, the verb to have, and then the past participle. It didn't say when. It didn't say yesterday, last night.
Don't have specific time.
No. And a common expression, we say what, we don't say what is, we say what is happening or what has happened. So just be careful because you can also say what is happening, but it must be, this is a different grammar. This is the continuous with the ing, which we use the verb to be. So it is this one, what has happened. Okay, good. So that takes us, yes, go back. So what has happened, present perfect, but what is happening is a similar question, but it's just with a different grammar. It's the continuous. Okay, we have a little, looks like some information about these two people. So Anna has traveled to many places. Okay, so let's have a look at Anne has traveled to many places.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Number 10 is what
has happened. What has happened?
Oh,
yeah.
What has happened?
Okay, so Anne has traveled to many places. Jess is asking Anne questions about her travels. So remember, she has traveled. This means she's already done it in the past. So it's not happening now. It's happened in the past, but she's just talking to her about her trip that she went in the past. So they're having a dialogue. That means a conversation. And let's write the conversations. So Italy, 1990, 2 months. Australia, 10 years ago, 6 months. India, last year, 6 weeks. Norway, 1985, 1 month. Okay, so you could see the places where she went. Italy, Australia, India, Norway. So 4 places. And we know when, the year. So this is an example of a conversation between them. Have you ever been to Italy? Yes, I have. When did you go there? In 1990. And how long did you stay? For 2 months. So interesting, a conversation where we know where someone went, as in place. We know when, exactly when did they go and how long. So did you stay there for 1 month, for a few weeks, for a few years? So just about one place, but you could see that we can ask questions about it. When and how long? Really good questions. So let's have a look at this one. Has anybody ever been Has anyone ever been to Paris? So it looks like there's a teacher and he's pointing at Paris, which is a city in France. What would you respond? So imagine if your teacher or someone asked you, has anyone ever been to Paris? What would you reply? What would you reply?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, exactly. No, I haven't. Good, using our present perfect, because it means I haven't in the past, but maybe I might go in the future. No, I haven't. It's not like you're saying yesterday I didn't go, or no, I didn't go in a certain time. No, I haven't. You could also say no, not yet. Right? That's good because you're being hopeful that, I might go in the future. So no, not yet, but I hope so soon. Has anyone ever been to Paris? Maybe it's a positive. Yes. Yes, I have. So you could just stop your sentence there. Yes, I have. Okay. Unless they ask you more questions like, oh, when did you go and how long? But really, the question is, has anyone ever been to Paris? Yes, I have. If you want, yes, I have been there. So that's a little bit of a advanced way. So you can, yes, I have been there. Okay, so that's just ways that we can respond. Remember, we were using the present perfect, and especially using this word ever when we ask about a place, if you have done it, or an experience like skydiving, surfing, playing a sport, playing an instrument, an experience. And we've got responses. No, I haven't. No, not yet. Or positive. Yes, I have. Yes, I have been there. Okay, so let's do the next part. The next part, we're going to be talking about the present perfect. We're still the present perfect, but with using words like for and since. So that means now I'm going to say for how long I have done an action, or since when. I'm going to tell you exactly when I did this action. When did it happen? Okay,